welcome to the channel. We've missed a couple of weekends with the X1 just kind of life getting in the way. So this is our kind of update about where we were. A lot of this is going to be other parts that we found. We knew this car wasn't going to be a cakewalk when we got it. We knew we'd find lots of other things, but just going to show you some of the grisly bits that we found. It's basically the old tin worm, which is in sort of various other bits of the car. They're all little bits which we can sort, but ultimately, what we plan to do with this car isn't, a complete strip, body off, dipped, all those things done. That's not where we're going with this one, or certainly not at the moment anyway. So that's going to require touch-ups and various bits of work to get it done. But I just wanted to really show you around the back, which is kind of the worst bit that we found so far, which is definitely going to require the welder to get involved again. So just sort of, I'm going to flip the camera around so we're facing the other way. So I've only got the front wheels out because I'm normally working on my own on the car, and there's a little uphill ramp as we try and get the car back in, and getting the back wheels over it is a bit tricky. So it's a little bit dark, that's the reason why. So you'll all know that, or most of you will know, I'm sure, that this inspection panel that's here, well, I call it an inspection panel, it just allowed me to inspect other parts of the car that I haven't seen before. There's a bit of foam insulating that shows on there, and there's a grey cover which sits on that. And while that was all in place, it all looked really good. But I could see along the bottom here that this was in really poor condition. So once I'd taken that away, and then this too, then found these grisly little bits, which were not ideal. So again, we've got holes to deal with. This part of the floor is in reasonable condition, although underneath it's really flaky. So I'll need to get the wire brush in there and give it a good old blasting out. One thing I didn't see, you probably can't see it in there. Is there a little Lancia badge on the block of this engine? Is that quite normal for a Bertone or a Fiat X1? I know the Italians are great part sharers, but let us know in the comments about that. If you've got it on yours, that'd be interesting to know. You'll see that I had to take the exhaust off, really, and that was just to, so I sort of come around the back here. Again, the light's not brilliant because we're sort of half in the garage. I need to get this panel off here. All the bolts are rusted, so I've got a Dremel sort of cutting discs that I'm going to try and put some grooves in those little screws, just to see if I can get them off. And then underneath there, I'll try and get a little bit of footage from there. Is really quite rusty and quite flaky. So that's going to be the job today, is getting those bits cut off and seeing really what we're dealing with. Well, that's been quite a mission. We've managed to do what I wanted to do, which is to get that rear grille that sort of feeds underneath where the boot floor is. I managed to get that off. I had to cut all the bolts off; they were just too rusted in to the little grabbers on the other side, and the little plaques that go over them to sort of hold it together. All too crusty. So Dremeled my way through a number of little cutting discs, and luckily put some eye protection on over my glasses as well, because there was all sorts of crap flying around. So once we got that off, it gives us really good access to that boot floor. I'm not sure. I don't know whether it's too far gone. I've really got the wire brush at it, really agitated most of the loose stuff away, and tried to deal with it. And I've put plenty of coup rust on it as well. So that's going to sit until sort of next weekend, when I've got some more time to come and do some work on the car, just to see what's happened really, whether it's really firmed it all up. I got rid of all the loose stuff. There's just lots of little holes sort of dotted around, little rusty holes as you sort of go around. It was too dark in there to show you today, and I'm on my own, so I couldn't really push the car all the way out of the garage because it's on a little ramp up, and there's a little lip on the garage door, and I've got to get a decent runner paddock to get it in. I've only ever done it once. I don't fancy doing it again. So that's about it for now. If you've got any comments about what we found on our car, we'd be really interested to know. And we look forward to bringing you something else on this X1, which continues to surprise us, not in a good way, just in the things that we're finding every time we try and do a bit of work to it. So thanks for watching, really appreciated it, and there'll be something else coming along very soon.